All right. So this is a series called State of the League. It's going to be unique to any other team sports league out there. And also what makes the PLL pretty cool is that we get for the first time to be able to share the business building, the player stories, the league narrative, and the competition all directly with you behind the scenes. Imagine if you could be in Roger Goodell's office of the NFL, or with Dana White as they schedule fights and prime the marketing and all the aggression before the big fight in Vegas at UFC 300 whatever. What we're doing right now is bringing you to the inside of the PLL. So you get to see how we're thinking about the business and actually participate in areas where we need your help to grow this game. And this is the State of the League. Okay, before we get started, let me just acknowledge how we think about building a professional sports league. You have your media business, which this is a part of. You have your corporate partnerships. You have your product on field, your ticket sales, the game experience for the players and the fans, the competition. That's the most important thing. Then you have your merchandise, then you have your youth strategy, and then you have your charitable initiative. Those are on our plate every day and every week, and we've built a great executive team that's working really hard to make sure that all of those verticals are optimized for you. Now, October 22nd, we made our major announcement on Bloomberg TV.
Great to have you on with us.
Thanks for having us.
You've already struck a deal with NBC.
That was a lot of fun and nerve-wracking. So we have our players announced, the NBC deal, 2 more things I want to share with you on this video. Number 1, PLO Assists. So just like launching our conversation with you on this platform here on YouTube, the community is the most important thing and the most integral part to our long-term success. PLO Assists is an initiative that we're running across our community that's covering 4 main areas. Number 1, we're working with inner-city lacrosse programs to help amplify the exposure to lacrosse sticks, goals on field, and supporting more inclusion around our sport nationwide. Number 2, we're participating with our athletes in the greater fight against cancer. We've announced a partnership with Headstrong Foundation, and we're soon to release others where players will be actively representing those causes during games and participating with local hospitals all over the country outside of games. 3, we're supporting our veterans everywhere, overseas by sending them lacrosse equipment so they can have an outlet to play and have fun with their friends. And then back in the States, where we're going to be working with groups like Shootout for Soldiers, Team RWB, and other organizations to involve veterans during weekends of games on site. And number 4, we're supporting our players. This is a league built by the players for the fans, and our players are amazing individuals. A lot of them have their own causes that they've started from scratch, and others support causes close to home. And we're going to support and enable our players to do that even more by amplifying them with PLL resources and more. That's PLL Assists. Let's talk about the second topic. It's our Lacrosse Advisory Board. We announced Seth Tierney, who's the head coach of Hofstra Men's Lacrosse. He's also the assistant coach of Team USA. I got to play for him over 10 years ago when he was assistant coach at Johns Hopkins. He's the chairman of our Lacrosse Advisory Board, and the LAB is built to cover our blind spots as operators.
One thing that excites me most about the PLL is what it's going to do for those 7th, 8th, 9th graders, those young kids out there that are just starting to play. The PLL is going to do for those kids and for the sport of lacrosse what the NFL, the NBA, Major League Baseball do for those dreams of those young kids out there.
We certainly don't know everything, don't claim to. Ask for your help, T's help, our players' help, and everyone in and around the community. This Lacrosse Advisory Board is going to function in a few ways. Number 1, they're going to be an overseeing committee looking at best rules for the game, to player recognition, end of season awards. The second piece is identifying a former gap that lived between professional lacrosse and college lacrosse. So the LAB is comprised of former and current men's and women's college coaches, influencers in the game, both on the media, journalism side, and strategic thinking vantage point. What they can help us with is college draft, introducing the next round of players to the PLL, as well as think through team formations in year 1, which is going to be another awesome announcement we'll bring to you here first. Also, after our PLL announcement came 2 other major, monumental announcements in lacrosse. Number 1, we finally got a lacrosse emoji. Available on keyboards everywhere, iOS, Android. Use your lacrosse stick when you post on Instagram, when you post on Twitter, when you comment on YouTube. Let's spread the word. by leaning into emojis, lacrosse is here. Number 2, and probably more importantly, came a major announcement from the International Olympic Committee, which is the IOC, after an 18-month bid process from the Federation of International Lacrosse, US Lacrosse, Canada Lacrosse Association, and almost 60 nationally governed bodies all over the world. We were given provisional recognition to be the next Olympic sport. That is major. And what that means is now all of a sudden, every country gets unlocked resources and access to the game, similar to what we get in the US. So the sport is going to explode internationally. And the ripple effect that will have on this game is yet to be seen. But we're running with it. Okay, that's it. Episode 1, State of the League. How are those updates? Comment below and let us know. And subscribe. And tell your friends to subscribe. And their friends to subscribe. We're going to be on NBC. The game's going to be everywhere. And we want to grow the conversation with you right here. And if you want this merch, check it out on the next screen. You can get it. Here's a promo code. Give me a promo code. Okay, guys, I'm doing this whether you like it. Use YouTube in the promo code section on checkout. You'll get 20% off, but only for the next 24 hours. And then someone back there will shut it down. But 20% off on me, YouTube. See you guys soon.